Hey guys, so this week we're going to be taking a look at the Thule Subterra 40 liter. And so we've actually looked at the smaller version of this bag in the past, the Thule Subterra 34 liter, and that was a nice roll top travel backpack that was really versatile, had great quality, and so far it's been a really popular bag based off the feedback that I've gotten on the video. And so when I saw the 40 liter Subterra, I was really excited to see that it seemed to offer a lot of the same quality and style that the 34 liter offered. But most importantly, I really liked to see that it wasn't a roll top bag and that it was a more traditional travel style bag, which opens up like a suitcase. So for the way that I like to pack, that's definitely a little bit more appealing than the roll top bag. And I also liked the kind of more professional looking style that this bag had to offer. And so I was just really excited to get my hands on it and see what it actually felt like size wise, because 40 liters is usually a little bit towards the larger end of what I like to travel with. But I've been testing this bag out for the past couple of weeks and it's been a really great experience so far. It has the same quality and style that I've come to expect from the Thule bags that we've looked at in the past, along with some great features that make this a really versatile and stylish bag to travel with. So let's just go ahead and dive in and take a closer look at the Thule Subterra 40 liter. So just starting out with the overall aesthetic and look of the bag, I really like how clean and sleek the bag manages to look. As I mentioned in the intro, the bag has a 40 liter capacity, which I would typically expect to feel a lot bulkier than this bag ends up feeling. So just a really sleek design overall, very clean. There's not a lot of pockets or zippers on the outside. And the bag is made out of a really durable feeling 800D nylon, which definitely feels like it's going to hold up well to the rigors of traveling. The build quality overall feels really nice. The bag includes really nice YKK zippers all around. There's a nice protective covering over the zippers to help add a little bit of water resistance, so if you do get caught in a light rain, it feels like your belongings are going to be kept dry. But I can't emphasize enough just how much I was surprised with how clean and stylish the bag looked. I really think this will work well for business travel in particular. It feels like it's going to look really great with a suit or some nicer clothing on if you're traveling for a business trip. And even though the bag is a very spacious 40 liters, it really looks sleek while you're wearing it. When I put this on as a backpack, I was really surprised how it didn't really stick out too much, and I felt very comfortable walking around with it even when completely full. I didn't feel like I was going to be bopping people if I was on a tight tram or something like that, so it looks great while wearing it as a backpack. And then on top of that, the bag has really nice handles all around that feel really durable, very comfortable to hold. They're a little bit thin. I wish they had just a little bit more padding, but they feel nice and sturdy. And so they have the handles on 3 of the sides of the bag, on the side and on the top and bottom, which will make it very easy to kind of lift this up and put it into an overhead storage compartment. At that 40 liter size, this does feel like a bag that's going to comply with the majority of airline requirements, and even on international airlines, I feel like this would be fine to carry on and just wear on your back and then put into the overhead compartment. I don't think that it's going to get big enough to cause any problems. So really nice balance there between providing a sleek look and enough space to hold everything that you need to travel with. And so one thing you'll notice as we're going around the exterior of the bag is that because it's so sleek, there's not a whole lot of organization on the outside, so there's not anything like a water bottle compartment. So if you do want to carry something with you, you'd have to clip it on with a carabiner or find a way to fit it into one of the accessory compartments that the bag does provide. So not a big deal overall, and a really nice trade-off. I think it's worth it to kind of maintain this sleek look. And so the bag can actually be carried in 3 different ways. It's really nice that you can actually hold it as a briefcase. So here, as I mentioned, it has a nice sturdy handle, and if you just want to carry it on your side, you can do so very comfortably there. The bag also includes a very comfortable shoulder strap, which can easily be attached and removed if you want to carry this as a shoulder bag. If that's a little bit more comfortable, or you like that look better than actually wearing this as a backpack, it's very easy to connect the strap. It has these very easy clips, and it has 2 durable feeling plastic rings here that you can connect the shoulder strap to. And as I mentioned, the strap itself is very well padded. It's nice and thick. And even though I don't particularly like wearing these type of bags on my shoulder in this style, I do feel like with a shoulder strap this padded and comfortable, it would be fine for anybody who wants to try it that way. So one thing I did want to mention about the bag is the weight. When the bag is empty, it's about 3.5 pounds, so it's a little bit on the heavier side due to the stronger materials that it seems to have. The bag has a lot of padding and a lot of features, so it's not surprising that it's a little bit heavier. And so I didn't particularly notice any issues while carrying it as a shoulder bag or as a briefcase, and definitely not while wearing it as a backpack, but just something I wanted to go ahead and call out. And so as I mentioned, the bag can be carried in 3 ways: as a briefcase, as a shoulder bag, and it has these hideaway backpack straps that allow you to carry it on your back very comfortably. And so the backpack straps hide in this zippered compartment here, and they're very easy to put on and off the bag, which is really nice. I always hate when bags offer this feature, but they make it very complicated to kind of remove the straps and hide them. So really nice that how easy it is to bring the straps out. They fit very comfortably into this pocket here. It's not a struggle to get them in even when you have your bag full. They have these very easy to use clips here, so it makes attaching them to the bag super quick, so you just go ahead and attach them to the plastic rings, very similar to the rings that we just saw for attaching the shoulder strap. And so those attach on very quickly here, and the straps themselves are super comfortable. I was very impressed with how padded and soft they felt. I really like that they have a nice breathable material. As you can see, there's a lot of mesh and kind of holes here in the foam padding that's used here, and they feel very comfortable. They're nice and thick. It definitely feels like they're going to provide a good amount of airflow and keep moisture out as you're wearing this with a lot of weight while you're walking around. And I really like the kind of contoured shape that they have to offer. The straps aren't quite as wide as I would typically like to see on a bag this size, especially down in this area. They tend to get a little bit thinner, but I haven't noticed any issues while wearing this so far. The bag has been super comfortable to wear, and on top of that, it has an adjustable and removable sternum strap here, which helps add a little bit of extra support, so that's been really nice. And then the bag also has these nice elastic bands here on the straps at the bottom to help keep everything a little more neat looking. And so really comfortable straps overall. It's been really great to wear so far, even when the bag has been completely full. And so moving on to the back paneling here, this is one area where I think the bag could definitely be improved, especially if you plan on wearing this as a backpack. It doesn't really have a lot of actual padding here. There's no kind of mesh or foam material here on the back. There's no elevation. So if you were to wear this while walking around the city or something like that, your bag probably would get sweaty. However, I don't think that's the intention of a bag like this. As I've mentioned a few times, because it has a little bit more of a professional and clean look, it really does seem like it's more like a bag to be able to move through the airport quickly and then get to your hotel room. With that being said, I do wish that there had been a little bit more padding here, or at least a little bit of elevation to help provide some airflow here. But all in all, the back paneling here is not uncomfortable by any means. It just isn't as quite as soft as some of the other bags that we've looked at on the channel, such as the Tortuga Outbreaker or the Air Travel Pack, which are going to be a little bit softer and just are meant to be more traditional style travel backpacks, as opposed to this, which is more of kind of like a hybrid. And so while we're on the back paneling here, I do want to call out that the bag has a nice pass-through here so that you can rest this on your suitcase if you are traveling with an additional bag, and especially if you're wearing this as a shoulder bag or you're carrying it in briefcase mode, this is very convenient to be able to just lift this up and place it on your suitcase so that you don't have to carry that around with you. And then here in the suitcase pass-through, there's also a hidden pocket to be able to put something a little bit more delicate, like a passport or your wallet. So currently what I have in here is just my field notes notebook, just to showcase the size there. But I really like how easily that fits in there. I definitely can see myself putting my passport there and being able to grab it very quickly, so that's nice. And then it has a nice bright yellow lining so you can see what's actually in there, along with a very well protected zipper to help keep water out. So really nice to be able to have these secret pockets on travel bags such as this to help add a little bit of extra security. And so the next thing I want to talk about here is the laptop compartment, and I absolutely love how this bag has handled the laptop situation. So it has this side opening zipper, which goes all the way down the side of the bag. It has a really nice YKK zipper, as you can see. Nice covering here to add a little bit of water resistance. And so this opens up very easily, and this is a very spacious compartment that they've included here for the laptop compartment. And so what's extra nice about this bag, and I feel like this is a huge value add, is that the bag actually includes a removable laptop sleeve to hold your laptop and electronics devices. And so I think Thule does a really good job of adding value with some of these removable accessories that they include. So with the Thule Subterra 34, that included a really nice packing cube that held everything inside the main area of your bag. And I really love how in this instance they've included this removable laptop sleeve, which feels really high quality on its own. This feels like it'd be an expensive sleeve separately from the bag, so it's a really incredible value that they've actually gone ahead and included this with the bag itself. And so I think this is a really great solution for organizing all of your electronics. As I mentioned, it has a really nice laptop sleeve here. You can open up, everything feels really solidly built. Currently what I have in here is my 13-inch MacBook Pro, but you can see there's plenty of leftover space here. You can definitely fit at least a 15-inch laptop. This opens up nice and wide, so if you have a thicker device, it's definitely gonna fit in there very comfortably. I really like the bright yellow lining on the inside that's all around the bag. It just makes it very easy to see everything, especially with my darker devices. And then this area here has a separate padded tablet sleeve that also has a little bit of felt lining here to add some extra protection. And this is a very spacious tablet pocket here. I really like the padding that's been added. Currently what I have in here is my iPad mini 2, but you can see that the pocket kind of swallows that up. You can definitely fit a full-size tablet in there. At least a regular size iPad would fit very comfortably. And so lots of versatility and organization here. And then this sleeve actually has a compartment on the outside that has a nice organizational area to help keep some of your smaller electronic accessories organized. So this is a really clever solution, as the bag itself doesn't have a lot of kind of small pockets to keep all these things in their place. So I really love how this has been integrated into this separate laptop sleeve here. And so just some simple pockets that it has, a few slip pockets where you can put some bigger electronics. I have my Apple Magic Mouse here, and it has a few holders for a stylish or pen or something like that. And then here on the edge is a mesh zipper compartment, which has a good amount of space. Currently what I have in here is my BluePop portable Bluetooth speaker and power bank, and I have that connected to a cable that passes through here. So the bag has some really nice cable management so that you can connect the portable battery, kind of string the cable through here. So I can connect it here and just leave my device charging while I'm on the road so that I always have enough power. So really thoughtful organization and features here. I really love how this has all been implemented, and I think this is a great solution for keeping all of your tech organized and easily accessible. And so when traveling with a large backpack like the Subterra 40, one of the big concerns is always like, what do you do when you get to your destination? For anybody who's really into one bag travel, that's always a big part of the question. And I think that this solution here that Thule has provided with the removable laptop sleeve is a fantastic alternative to packing something like a packable backpack like the Tortuga Outbreaker Date Pack, which we looked at in the past. I think that for anybody who's going to be going into business meetings or who doesn't need a lot for their day-to-day, I think this is a perfect solution. It's really nice that you can just pull this out. This has a really nice handle so that you can carry it like a briefcase. And then on top of that, it also combines well with the shoulder strap that's included with the bag. You can go ahead and attach that to these little loops that it has here. And then what you have here is a really nice laptop messenger bag. So when you get to your hotel, you can leave your big bag there, remove this, attach the shoulder strap, and then you have a really nice bag to go to your meetings, to go work from a coffee shop, and you can keep all your electronics and papers organized. And with this strap and the amount of space that this offers, it's just gonna be a really awesome tool to use on your day-to-day. So really solid implementation. They're very creative and something that I hadn't really seen in a lot of other bags. And so moving on to some of the organization that the bag offers, even though it doesn't have a lot on the outside, I really like how the accessory pockets are organized. So they're basically just kind of bigger pockets that don't offer too much organization on the inside, but they allow you to use them for kind of bulkier items, which is really nice. So on the bottom of the bag, they have this compartment which is kind of separate from the volume of the main area, which is going to be great for something like shoes or dirty clothes, as it's going to be separate from all your clean stuff on the inside. So I really like when bags offer this bit of separation, and I really like how much space is offered in this particular compartment. So as you can see here, I've actually managed to squeeze in 2 pairs of shoes. I have my Converse looking penguin shoes here, which fit in there very comfortably. And then I've also included my Toms, which I take with me on every trip. And so as you can see here, this is a really big compartment. You can definitely put your toiletries in here, or maybe a sweater if you're not taking that many shoes. And then as you see, it's separated from the main compartment. It's all contained to this one area here. So if you do have something wet or dirty, it's really nice that that's going to be kept separate from the rest of the bags. So really great implementation overall. I really love when travel bags have this sort of pocket to keep things separated. And so moving on to the quick access compartment on the top of the bag, this is going to be a great spot to be able to keep all of your accessories that you want to get to a little bit more quickly. So your wallet, your keys, your phone, and there's a good amount of space offered here. As I mentioned, I really like when the quick access compartments on bags like these are a little bit just bigger to allow you to use pouches and store some bulkier accessories. And so currently what I have in here is actually my DOP kit. So I'm using my in-case accessory pouch as it's a little bit smaller than some of the other DOP kits that I've used in the past. And then I also have my GoPro Hero 3 Plus here. And then on the back here, there's this nice zippered mesh compartment. As you can see with the mesh, it's very easy to see what's in this compartment. I don't currently have too much in here as I was saving the space for the DOP kit, but this adds a nice amount of separation. The back of this compartment here has a nice felt lining, so if you have some more delicate items, these are gonna fit in here very comfortably. In here, I just currently have a retractable charging cable from Chiffon with a few different connectors, so really like having these cables. They're very versatile. And then I also like that they have a little keychain loop here, which I have with my Gerber Shard. It has this kind of plastic clip that we've seen on a lot of other bags, so pretty common here. I really like how easy it is to access this compartment quickly, so this is definitely going to be an easy spot to get your keys. I do wish that the lanyard was just a little bit longer, but because it's so easy to get to and it's pretty easy to take things off the clip, shouldn't be a big deal to have it be that short. And so this compartment, as I mentioned, is pretty spacious. It goes down to about here if you're looking from the top of the bag, so it offers a good amount of space. I think I could probably fit my Beats Solo Wireless 2 in here if I was traveling with them, or some more electronics. As I mentioned, I'd like to leave pockets like this a little bit emptier just so that when I'm going through TSA, I could put my belt in here and my phone and my wallet and just toss them in very quickly. Another thing to note is that although this compartment provides a good amount of space, it does take volume from the main area of the bag. So if you fill this up completely, it is going to limit how much you can actually use the main compartment. So small thing to note and think about as you're packing, but really nice versatile pocket here. Love how much space it offers, and I really love that it offers a nice area to just be able to grab things quickly as you're on the road. And so moving on to the main compartment of the bag, one thing I want to note here is that the main compartment does have a lockable zipper. This is the only zipper on the bag that's actually lockable, so I do wish that more of those had been included. Same as with the other compartments, it has a nice thick YKK zipper with a good amount of water resistance. One thing that is probably my biggest pet peeve with this bag is that you'll notice here, as I'm unzipping this, the bag has a full suitcase style opening, so it opens up completely flat. However, if you have the backpack strap attached, you cannot open the bag. So it's just a small nitpick, but I thought it would have been nice for Thule to kind of think about that a little bit and how this was implemented, and not so that you don't have to actually remove the backpack strap in order to open the bag completely. So small thing to note there, but definitely not a deal breaker. The main compartment here is very simple. It doesn't have a whole lot of internal organization or zippers, which I don't really mind. Typically, I like when the main compartments are just kind of a more simple area that I can organize my packing cubes into. So just starting off with the flap here, as you'll notice, there's no kind of zipper pockets, as a lot of travel bags tend to have. Bags like the Tortuga Outbreaker, you know, it has a few zippered mesh compartments to add a little bit of internal organization to the main compartment. So none of that here, and that's kind of fine. As you've seen in a lot of my other travel videos, I don't typically use those very much, and I feel like they just kind of add some unnecessary clutter to the compartment. So I don't really mind that they haven't included that here, but if you like using those, that's something to keep in mind. And then the majority of the volume of the bag is contained within this zippered area that's kind of separated off, and it has really durable feeling zippers here as well. And so what I have in here is just the same packing cubes that I've used in all my other travel bag videos. I was able to organize everything very comfortably into here. Currently, as you see, there's some leftover space because I've emptied out the outer accessory compartments that we looked at earlier in the video, but I'll show you in a second how much volume they actually take from this main compartment. And so, as I mentioned, these are the same packing cubes that I typically travel with. I have my smaller packing cube with my underwear and socks and everything like that. And then I also have my double-sided larger packing cube with my pants and shirts and my larger kind of clothing accessories. And so as you can see here, this is just kind of a big bucket. I really like, again, the bright yellow lining that's been included throughout. Makes it very easy to see everything. The inside of the bag doesn't have any sort of zipper compartments, and so it's just a nice big bucket that allowed me to organize my packing cube however felt comfortable. And as you can see here on the inside, you see how much space the compartments on the outsides tend to take. So this right here is the shoe compartment that we looked at earlier. And so when that's full, that takes up a good amount of space here, almost a third of the main compartment. And so this is a pretty spacious pocket. So maybe if you only put one pair of shoes in there, you're gonna be able to save some space. And if you don't wanna use those outer compartments that much, it's nice that this all lays kind of flat so that you can just organize everything using packing cubes or just keep everything in this one main compartment. And then here on this side, you can see the top access compartment takes up some space as well, so it comes down. So really, if you fill these two pockets up completely, it's gonna end up taking a good amount of space from the main compartment. You'll still have this nice middle section here, and then this top quick access compartment doesn't come up that much, so you still have some space to maneuver. As you saw, even when I had everything in the bag, I was able to fit my normal packing cubes in here very comfortably. But just one thing to note, because when you buy a bag like this that is rated at 40 liters, you really expect to have tons of space in this main compartment. And I really feel like even though it's pretty big, it didn't have as much as I would have expected for a 40-liter bag, which didn't bother me too much because I really liked that the bag was able to kind of look sleeker as I was wearing it on my back. But if you're expecting to have a ton of space at that 40-liter capacity, you may be a little bit surprised. So definitely wanted to mention that, and that you just have to be a little bit thoughtful as you're kind of organizing all the different things into this main compartment. But overall, the main compartment has been great. I really loved how well it was able to hold all the items that I typically want to travel with, and I think this is going to be a really useful and versatile bag for all different types of travelers. And so overall, I've been super impressed with the Thule Subterra 40-liter. It has been a really great travel bag, very versatile. The quality has been really impressive, and I really just like the overall look and style of the bag. On top of that, I was really excited to see that even though this is a 40-liter bag, it doesn't feel like a huge bag. It definitely feels smaller than a lot of the other 40-liter bags that we've looked at, while still maintaining the ability to hold a lot of stuff. And so you can purchase this bag on Amazon between $170 and $200. I've seen it fluctuate a bit between that price point, and honestly, at either one of those prices, it's a really great deal in my opinion for the quality and features that this bag offers. I was really impressed to see just how solid the bag felt, and on top of that, it has some really nice touches such as the removable laptop case that you can use as a shoulder bag for when you arrive at your destination. So that's just a really nice value add there that feels like it would add a lot of money to the bag, and still it manages to stay at that $200 price point, which I think is a really good deal considering just the quality of the Thule products in general. general have to offer. So really great value overall. I was impressed that the bag manages to stay at that price, and I think it definitely compares well to other travel bags that we've looked at on the channel that are around this price point. And so as I mentioned a few times during the video, we looked at the Thule Subterra 34 liter in the past on the channel, and that was a really good roll top bag that had a lot of cool features as well. To me personally, with the way I like to pack, I prefer a bag like the 40 liter Subterra that has the suitcase style opening. It's just a little bit more convenient in my opinion, and I feel like it can hold just a little bit more. However, I thought the Subterra 34 was also a really good deal. That was between $130 and $150 if I recall correctly. And I really like the versatility that the roll top had to offer there, so it really just depends on what particular style you like to travel with. This bag also reminded me a lot of Standard's travel backpack, which we looked at a few weeks ago on the channel. And that bag is about $180 and is a really versatile and spacious bag as well. And I feel like size-wise, these are gonna be kind of similar. This one feels a little bit smaller than that bag. It didn't have quite as much space, but I do feel like the build quality on this is gonna be a little bit more solid, and I really like the additional inclusion of the removable laptop sleeve. I feel like that's just a really nice bonus. At $180, the standard travel bag is gonna be a little bit more of just a traditional travel backpack style carry. And as I mentioned, it has a little bit more space. It's also expandable. But I do feel like this is a nice alternative to look at if you want something that maybe looks a little bit more sleek and stylish. And then this bag reminded me a little bit of the Nomadic travel bag, the duffel style carry, which is also a 40 liter bag. And although they're both 40 liters, I do feel like the Nomadic travel bag is gonna be able to hold a little bit more. I feel like everything's just a little bit tighter in here. As I mentioned, this bag, I'm surprised it's rated at 40 liters. It does feel a little bit smaller than that to me. And so if you're looking for a little bit of extra space, something like the Nomadic travel bag is gonna be able to hold a little more and is also going to be a really versatile bag with a lot of different compartments and a nice comfortable wear. That bag costs about $220, and if you use some of the coupon codes that are available, you can typically get it around $190, and that comes with waist straps and a foldable laundry basket, so it also offers a good amount of value for being a $190 to $220 bag. Between the Nomadic travel bag and the Subterra, I think one of the big questions will be whether you prefer to travel with a duffel style bag or more of a traditional backpack. And also, even though the Nomadic can hold a little bit more, I do think that the Subterra has a much more kind of professional look. I feel like the Subterra has a style that's going to fit in great for business travel, so if you're wearing some nicer clothing or a suit or something like that, this really combines well with that sort of look. It's got a very sleek and clean exterior, as we mentioned during the video, and on top of that, whether you use it as a briefcase or as a shoulder bag or as a backpack, it's just going to look really stylish and fit in well into that professional type environment, whereas the Nomadic travel bag is going to have a little bit more of an outdoorsy technical look that might not look quite as good with something like a suit. And so both are really versatile bags. However, I've been really impressed as I've been using the Subterra bag with just how versatile and durable it feels. I think it's going to be a bag that's going to hold up well over the long term. I think it's a really great value and a very compelling option compared to a lot of the other travel bags that we've looked at on the channel. So if you're looking for a super stylish and durable bag with a really great brand name and at a reasonable price, I definitely recommend you check out the Thule Subterra 40. If you guys have any questions about how this bag compares with any of the other travel bags that we've looked at on the channel or with the Thule Subterra 34 specifically, please let me know in the comments. And if you guys found this video useful, please go ahead and give us a like below. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And thank you guys so much.